Wait. Yeah, you can start, sir.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Live Pharma Coalition, the world's largest pharma online learning and sharing platform. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining us on this chilly Sunday morning at 11 o'clock to share your learning and share your thoughts and share your knowledge. So it is said that we don't meet people by accident, and there is always a reason for that. And on on LPC, we meet people for continuous learning and sharing. Without leaps of imagination or dreaming, we lose the excitement of possibilities. And dreaming, after all, is a form of planning because it gives rise to such a lot of possibilities. As our ex-president, Dr. Kalam, said, that dreams must be something that we should not see when we are sleeping. Rather, dreams are something that should not allow us to sleep. It is only when we take a chance that our lives improve. But the most important task is to take the first step. The illiterate of the 21st century are not those who cannot read or write, rather those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. So, friends, let's begin our learning journey on LPC 92. So, first of all, please give me the permission to share my screen. So first of all, it's my duty to acknowledge our session support partner, Stream Communication, who are responsible for live webcast, video conferencing, event management, and development. So Stream Communication is a team of highly dynamic professionals that bring rich expertise in the field of event management, marketing, and information technology with one common goal, which is to exceed customer delight. The vision is to provide high quality customized services that exceeds customer expectations. The mission is to provide one-stop customized service by blending technology, ideas, and innovation. At Stream Communication, it is founded on a very sound belief that communication and events shall flow beyond boundaries and penetrate to every corner of this planet. There are many services which Stream Communication does. Few of them are live webcast with unlimited participants, audio, video requirement and fabrication, video conference, video on demand, record video delivery on audiences, mobile handset, manage audience response with voting pads, and virtual classroom training, which can be entirely recorded. Some other services are live streaming on web link with company logo or brand logo, live streaming on social media, features like polling question from viewers, etc., archival for 2 months, recording, analytical report, login list, as well as the questions. And they have got a dedicated engineer with trial run too. So thank you so much, Stream Communication, for being such a wonderful partner as far as session support is concerned on LPC. Now let me come to our Live Pharma Coalition, which is the world's largest online pharma discussion platform, which is purely dedicated to learning and sharing. LPC has today become whatever it is in this 92nd episode, which is because of your love, your knowledge sharing, your caring, your participation, and it is becoming larger every day, every week, and every month. Now, LPC is divided into 5 different specialities according to the speakers who come, with the week 1 dedicated to leadership, week 2 to global, week 3 for young, week 4 for academic and manufacturing, and week 5 for women in leadership. Well, this journey of LPC was started as a small thought wave which came to the mind of Mr. Raman Marke in May 2020, when the entire world was shut because of this COVID-19 pandemic. So what just started as a small thought process, which he shared with his 3 friends, Mr. Yashwant Mishra, Mr. ICS Verma, and Mr. Vinod Vaswani, has metamorphosized into such a wonderful platform, which comprises of 28 executive members who come from the length and breadth of this industry and are truly global, who meet every week for Institute Connect or Industry Connect for live pharma discussions. LPC, with all your blessings, has got a Facebook people reach of 20,000 with a 5,000 Facebook engagement and 2,000 YouTube subscribers. The latest feather on the cap of LPC is the first, second, and third LPC. The first LPC, as you all know, is the online pharma discussion for all on every Sunday at 11 a.m. IST, where we are currently in. The second LPC is the Mentor Master Program, which is only for our LPC registered members. The third LPC is the collaboration with companies, institutions, consultancy agencies for weekly session support and LPC registration. The mentor programs that LPC is doing, we have already completed 6 such sessions in the 6 different months, and there has been a very good response and participation from our LPC registered members. So friends, coming to Live Pharma Coalition 92, the manufacturing leadership, and we have 2 of the most well-acclaimed speakers across the industry. So it is my proud privilege to introduce them. First, we have Mr. OP Singh, who is the Group CEO, PMG, Acom Drug and Pharmaceutical Limited. Mr. RP Singh, who is the plant head, Oman Pharmaceutical Products Company at Oman. So along with me, we also have with us Mr. Hitesh Upreti as a panelist, Mr. Yashwant Mishra and Ms. Satwant Kaur Manku. So friends, please stay with us live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And thank you so much, Live Pharma Coalition 91, which was last week, which was on young leadership, which had a tremendous Facebook page and YouTube participation, as well as far as our audience is concerned. So now it's time that I hand over the session to Mr. Yashwant Mishra so that he can give his overview on the topic. So Yashwant sir, over to you.
Thank you very much, Arpan. And at the onset, welcome all the viewers and speakers to LPC 92. At the onset, we are very humble and grateful to each and every speakers and each and every viewer to make LPC what it is today. We are really thankful to each one of you. Keep on suggesting us, keep on encouraging us and supporting us. So for the today's topic is concerned manufacturing leadership. Many of you who are working in pharma, they already know India is known as the pharmacy capital of the world. As high as 60% of medicine need of the world is catered by India. Not only that, 50% of US and UK medicine is supplied by India. That is why India is known as pharmacy capital of the world, not only in formulations, but also in active pharmaceutical ingredients. So today in LPC, our topic is manufacturing leadership. We will discuss what are the challenges and what are the opportunities for Indian manufacturer if they want to supply to the world. And to discuss this, we have 2 of the eminent speakers who are subject matter expert when it comes to manufacturing leadership. So we are delighted to welcome Mr. OP Singh sir, who is the Group CEO of Acums Drugs and Pharmaceuticals Limited. Sir, welcome to Live Pharma Coalition once again. OP sir, a brief overview of the topic. OP sir.
I think good morning. Wonderful to see all of you on the screen, smiling faces. And I'm sure the viewers, the listeners must be excited to know what is leadership in manufacturing. The first session, I'm so happy to be here. I'm recalling this program, this Diamond Jubilee 75th episode, where I was invited by the group. Thank you so much. You considered me again, but yes, there is a change, shift from Ahmedabad to Delhi. And you felt, let it start with that because I have joined. You are very rightly said, sir, it's a world largest platform. So we are going to make world largest manufacturing organization, which is already India's largest manufacturing organization. Akom's Drugs and Pharmaceutical, which I have joined just 2 months before. And naturally, if we talk about leadership, you have rightly chosen the person to invite here. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
And I personally feel the dedication, the selfless commitment, the kind of sincerity you all have demonstrated in sharing the knowledge. Oh my God. Aap sabko naman, pranam. Wonderful, fantastic. There is no word to describe this commitment, selfless service which you guys are giving for the youngsters, for those who want to grow in their life at every level. And I think nothing can be a better work than this which you people are doing, sharing the knowledge selflessly without any interest. So मैं आप सबको नमस्ते करता हूँ.
Thank
and
you
I'm
very much.
very happy with this gesture. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Looking forward to learn from you. And with OP sir, Mr. RP Singh is there, plant head, Oman Pharmaceutical Products Company, Oman. Sir, thank you very much, Rajesh, sir, for accepting our invite and being a part of Life Pharma Coalition. A brief overview of your topic.
Hi, gentlemen. Very, very good morning to everyone. And really, it's I'm having the experience of pharma company last 30 years. So I'm having the from when it's last 4 decades where we were and now where we are. On this topic, because I remember the last 30 years, and now it's a lot of change. What every world knows, the India formulation, they lead the whole world. It's not because of just we came to this position. It's because of the every Indian's effort. Every Indian, they make the quality product. They follow the CGMP, everything. So we reach this position. And to maintain this position, all company, if you see the in India pharma companies, every company having their successful story. So I can share in that a successful story for each some company. Okay. So thank you so much to all viewers, to listeners, and thank you so much to everyone. Really, this is a great job. I really thanks from my bottom of heart. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much again for accepting our invite and being a part of Life Pharma Coalition. Right from Oman, you are joining. We are really humbled. And with me, I have 2 of more panelists. Satwant Kaur Manku, ma'am. Ma'am, thank you very much once again for joining. A brief overview, your opinion on manufacturing leadership. Satwant, ma'am.
Good morning, everybody. Can we all hear me?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. And thank you so much for LPC. This is the 92nd program which is happening, and I'm associated with LPC for the last few couple of, not few, is a couple of months. And it's quite a good learning that we are having it on this platform, on the range of subjects that we are covering. And today, for the first time, I think we are discussing the manufacturing aspect, because being in sales and marketing, we have always had a tug of war with the manufacturing, that where the products are going in short supply, we are not able to meet our targets, they are responsible for it. So it will be really interesting to learn the challenges which the manufacturers are facing and how they are working hard to make the products available at for us to make it available wherever it is needed by the doctors and the patients. So thank you so much, Yashwant sir, for inviting me on this program, and it will be a pleasure to learn from 2 eminent speakers, Mr. RP Singh and Mr. OP Singh. So thank you so much, and it will be, we'll learn more during the course of the discussion. We'll ask you questions wherever we feel like, we want to learn a little more from them. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much once again. And with that, I would like to hand over session to Hitesh Upreti sir for discussing his overview, his opinion on the subject, and also to introduce our first speaker, Mr. RP Singh. Hitesh sir, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Yashwant. It's really my privilege to be here as a panelist today. In fact, when I joined LPC, I would say, since last year, we were doing we are doing all facet of pharma industry, but I felt that manufacturing is one thing which is yet left, and most of the viewers and most of the listeners of LPC are basically from commercial background, and we generally don't know what is there in in the manufacturing. So I thought, let us add manufacturing also, so that we also have a lot of technical knowledge about the product what I am selling, what goes behind bringing that product to my distributor or my stockist. Okay, so when the manufacturing thing came, I have been associated with industry for last 30 years, and I have been in interaction with many people from manufacturing. So the name of Mr. R.P. Singh came first, because I have dealt with many people in manufacturing, but that I will detail in bit later about Mr. R.P. Singh. So there is some reason why the Mr. R.P. Singh's name came in my mind, and all said and done, Akums happens to be the largest pharmaceuticals manufacturing company in India. So we cannot have a better person than Mr. O.P. Singh, who is the CEO of Akums Group of Company, and for your knowledge, Akums contributes 12% of pharmaceuticals manufactured goods in India. You name any multinational, you name any big Indian company, or you name any startup company. A person like me, if I am starting a company, my first thinking would be, if I have to go for a good product, the newer product, the innovative product, I will think of Akums. So that kind of aura, or that kind of reputation, that kind of expertise Akums have. So thank you, Mr. R.P. Singh. Thank you, Mr. O.P. Singh. You all have accepted my invitation, and you have spared your valuable time on this Sunday morning. Now coming to our first speaker, Mr. R.P. Singh. Mr. R.P. Singh is basically from Varanasi, born and brought up in Varanasi. Then he wanted to become a doctor. So, Varanasi, we have BHU. So he applied for that BHU entrance examination around, I think it was 85 or 86. So he could not get into medicine. Then he landed up to ITBHU. Okay, ITBHU has 50% seats from IIT and 50% seats from the medical. So he got into that, and then in spite of prescribing the medicine, he landed into manufacturing the medicine. Okay. So R.P. Singh Sahab is, as I told you, is originally from Varanasi, born and brought up in Varanasi, had his schooling, his education, his B Pharma, M Pharma, all from ITBHU. Then he started with one of the top multinational that time, that is Hext. From Hext, he moved to a company called Cimarron Pharmaceuticals, which was owned by Mr. Sinu Norona, who is owning Africure now. So he was there, and Cimarron in 96-98 was the 100% export-oriented unit. From Cimarron, he moved to Alchem, and then he moved out of India in 2003. He joined the Oman Pharmaceuticals Company, which happens to be one of the largest pharma company in Middle East Asia, and he was there for 5 years. Then he came back to India. He was with Femicare as assistant vice president, and then I met him in 2009 in Aurobindo, where I was also working. So, Aurobindo, when Mr. Singh came, before that and after that, I recollect, we used to have a lot of issues in getting product on time. So R.P. Singh Sahab came, a typical Banarasi person, I would say very, very frankly, and he changed the system. We used to get 3 months, 6 months, 8 months to get a product from Unit 3. The Unit 3 in Aurobindo that time was the largest unit, and which was giving the general product. So with Mr. R.P. Singh's coming in, our production planning process became so smooth that we were getting whatever the lead time was, whether it is 2 months or 3 months, we used to get our product in that lead time. And from Aurobindo, Mr. Singh again moved back to Oman Pharmaceuticals. in 2011, and he is heading that that massive plant of Oman Pharmaceuticals in Salalah. Salalah is a very nice, very serene place in Oman. And the other thing about Mr. Singh, I would say he is a philanthropist. I know for sure he has assisted more than 1,000 people in getting job in different pharmaceuticals company in plant. You know, in plant we have many lines. So that is one. He is a very jovial person. Likes to watch a lot of movies, making friends, keeping friends. So I have a good friendship with Mr. Singh since 2009, and today I am really humbled that he accepted my my invitation. And for information of our viewers and panelists, today is a working day in his company, so he has spared 3 hours out of his busy working day. And his plant is US FDA approved plant, UK MHRA approved plant. So that is very, very modern plant where which he is taking care of. With this, I welcome Mr. OP Singh, Mr. RP Singh, and we move forward with your presentation, sir. Sir, you are muted, seems, Mr. RP Singh.
Yeah, again, very, very good morning to everyone. And can you see my, I share the file. Are you watching? Can you see my file?
Not yet, sir, not yet.
Just a minute, just a minute.
Or shall I share from my end?
Yes, please, please.
Give me a minute, give me a minute.
Got it?
Yes, sir. Visible now. Visible.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay. Great. So I'm here to discuss on some presentation, some slides, regulation and updation in the pharmaceutical manufacturing unit. So this, as I told you, if you, despite the facts, India has become a global leader in manufacturing high quality, affordable. This is very important word, affordable pharmaceutical and biopharmaceutical medicinal products. Many players are still following the traditional processing methods, which needs constant upgradation over the pharmaceutical industry experts. As the pharma and biopharm industry, knowledge intensive needs to abide the highest standard to ensure the quality, efficiency. It is high time that drug manufacturing companies adopted advanced manufacturing standard and keep abreast with the Western world, and they point out. So, sir, what I want to say that India right now, I'm talking about the manufacturing company, and manufacturing company, we have to maintain the quality. We have the one very common point called the GMP. So GMP, what is GMP? GMP is a good manufacturing practices. So every company to maintain the quality, they follow the good manufacturing practices. Now become the CGMP. CGMP means C is the current. If you see last 4 decades, every time is a changing the upgradation is happening. That's why if anybody following GMP in 1980s, they cannot follow it. They cannot compete the market in 2020. So they have to upgrade their plant, their everything. So that's why they have to maintain the CGMP. This current good manufacturing practices. India pharma market, you all are aware that we have right now doing the approximate 42 billions of products. And our goal is 2025 is the 65 billion and 2030 is the 120 billion. If you see from 17 to 19, we have done the 55 billion products in US market. So different therapeutic, different is having the different value. what I would say, India, it's not India grown up to that. It's only because of the aggression, maintain quality, and each people commitment. What I believe, what Hitesh Bhai told me when I joined Arbindo, Mr. Ram Prasad Reddy, the owner of the Arbindo, he called me, he telling me, RP Singh, whenever I go to any market, all my marketing people telling me there is no product, how we can sell. That take me change, and now Hitesh told me, thank you so much, Hitesh. This is a brand of RP Singh. If I commit, I have to commit. That's a, and to anything to done, we have to commit the product. I know if you not, you are the, see, in pharmaceutical, many departments, marketing there, R&D is there, production is there, warehouse is there, quality assurance is there, R&D is there, TCD department there. Overall, we have to get the product so that it can go in market and fulfill the each patient, because pharma is the, we are doing for the patient. So we are very take care of the each product quality, because we are dealing the product, we're dealing with the patient. Okay. So we have to very careful. So journey of pharmaceutical industry. If you see in India, in 19,001, one small company, BPCL, which is started by the Mr. Chandra Rai from Calcutta. So, and if from there, I mean, when our this country become got freedom 1947, at that time, very few industry in the India. So people, all MNC company entering to India and getting the product. There is no all product coming from the MNC, they are earning a lot money. So if you come to again whether then this 1970, they started the patent, Indian patent. What? Indian patent, then Indian pharma company start coming to started at that time. And 1917, slow, and by then 80s, lot of Indian company, and then 90s, 2000, if you see, more Indian company there rather than MNC. So it's a really, I really salute the government, salute the East people, so that in pharma we reach in the top in formulation. Chemical, yes, chemical, China is leading, but formulation we are leading. And whole world know, the whole world salute the pharma formulation plant. If you see any company, Arbindo, I'm just giving one example of the Arbindo Pharma. Arbindo Pharma started in 1986 with the chemical plant. So he started chemical plant. So when he going to any company giving chemical, they're telling, if you are giving to us the chemical, if I make the product, you also make the product, I'm in loss. He given all industry assurance that I will not come in the Indian market. My product, what I'm making the product will not come in the Indian market. That will not come to Indian market. So he has the vision. Ram Reddy having so much vision. He don't want to go in the Indian market. He want to go in the world market. He plays a lot of people for the world, what regulatory requirement. So now in 2000, he started the formulation for the world, not except India. And now if you read his history, he is now more than biggest company in the India right now. So same Alchem, every company having the example. So DPCO also brought the introducing the same period the product bring in the drug control price, so that the profiting from the essential medicine, so that Indian people get the cheap product. 1918, 1919, I told you pharmaceutical company already flourished. In 2000, if you see, there are more than 20,000 pharma company, and US FDA, 150 plant US FDA. Right now, 2020, there is a more than 650 plant is the US FDA. And all regulatory, everybody, every company follows the beautiful, excellent plant, all system, all GMP, everything perfect. They're following the CGMP. So, and in this government, I told you, government and regulatory authority are expected to continue to focus, reduce the taxes and import duties, incentive for the setting of manufacturing unit like special economic zone. Lot of special economic zone come in the India right now, improving the quality of healthcare infrastructure as well as availability of the medicine throughout the global market. So as I told, so slide 1970 says market share dominated by the foreign companies, absence of the Indian companies. In 1980, Indian Patent Act introduced, so local company also started. 1990, rapid expansion of the Indian pharma company. In 2000, integrated product development setup, and then a huge level of the manual documentation system also coming. Startup of the basic software like ERP, SAP, LC solution, class BP, Insure. And in 2010, then US FDA warning letter started, and 2020, they started QBD, quality by design, so that they will not need a testing every time the product come with the built with the quality by design. Then through the process analytical technique that is called the
Mr. Singh, RP Singh sir. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. It is going so nicely and so, but there are a few things which most of us, the sales and marketing or the commercial people will not know. QBD, quality by design, we understand, but what exactly it is this? Similar way, what is the PAT? BMR we know, but what it is and how it impact to the production and quality of the product. If you can just add those few details to us so that our knowledge we will also understand your domain bit better, sir.
Okay. See, sir, any product coming from, suppose you want to start the product, okay?
Right, sir.
I remember when I was in Hext, there is a product came in Ramipril. It will come product from scratch to the commercial. It took the 20 years.
Oh my God.
And if we started the Indian generic product, so Indian product coming from they make the first R&D batches, small, they take the trial, everything, they coming the result of what they expected. And when the product come and there is an innovator, because every product having the innovator, they match
Right,
the
sir.
innovator product, their active value more than 50%, and they have to match the that innovator product. If they come, then they make the BMR called the batch manufacturing record. Batch manufacturing record. So right now, if any product on the production shop floor manufacturing side, each product, each batch having the batch manufacturing record, start from the material, from where material coming from, which vendor, and now then is what process, what equipment used, who the person involved in the work, so that all batch manufacturing record will be there, and that batch manufacturing record will keep the product shelf life plus every company having their own policy, shelf life plus 1 year plus 2 years, so that anything if happen, any problem in the product in the market, then they can go through retract the data from through the batch manufacturing record. That's called the batch manufacturing record. So as if you then I gone to the other Indian company, they are coming with the every year. If you see the Entas, Alkem, Arvindo, Ranbaxy, many companies, they are coming they having so aggression and they are having so much dedicated person, committed person. They are coming every year 40 to 60 product. They develop the product like that. So that's why we reach to this position. So that's called the, and PAT right now, QBD, the quality by design, they want, because every action, everything required the cost, they want to decrease the cost, so that product having the low cost. So they want decrease, how decrease? They want to make the quality by design. When they develop the product, they develop the product quality by design itself, so that no need to do the testing, all steps, they have to final product come with the, and they PAT process analytical techniques. They are doing by 3-4 many technical item is there, so that they can make the products safe and efficacy more, and no problem in that. That's why to make the quality, this all design, quality by design now coming, Six Sigma, everything coming for that. So I hope this is clear for you. And there's
Right,
continuous
sir. Right, sir.
process
Thank you very much
verification.
for the detail. Thank you for the detailed
Okay.
explanation. Yeah. So
Okay.
nice,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you. Okay. So again, if you see the very common as a manufacturing, we are making in the 90s 10-page BMR. And in 2000, then we are making 30 page. Now we are making 100. Some BMR having 200 page BMR, and documentation a lot. Everything documented. Suppose you want to make the product now, you have to. Your plant should be qualified. Your air, because in production area, some item is very important, like cross contamination. You have to avoid the cross contamination, because one product is making other products should not contaminate to that. That is very important. How you contaminate? So the dedicated person, dedicated AHU, air handling unit, and each air handling unit, air is coming 1 hour 20 times coming. In injection plant, 100 times, 120 times air changing is happening. So air, care of the air by AHU.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Then coming water plant, they have made the water plant. Every world knows, if you go to any stagnant water pond, there is a lot of algae, microorganism is started. But if running the water, it is said that there is no microorganism. So we have the plan to make to follow the USP water as per every country giving their specification for water, everything. So they make the water has to continue 365, 24/7. Water has to run through proper system. This RO, double RO, then EDI, all this water should get the purified water test is there, RO water, process water test is there. They have to follow the water. Then person involved, person must have the educated, must be give the training should be give, and they should be qualified what work is doing. He is qualified or not for that. The person should be qualified. Now material bring from which vendor, that also vendor qualification also to be done. So each process and each material coming to the plant, they are doing testing, they approving, they release the product, then they go for the production shop floor. And each step they are qualify the product, they're testing the product, so the final product come in the proper way to maintain the quality. So it's a very big task. It cannot be told by in one day, so 1 hour. So that's why
Yes, sir.
now.
Yes, sir. Let me add my experience of manufacturing, because for last few years I take care of everything I was taking care of everything in my previous company, right from as a CEO you have to see everything. So I understand that it is a very, very long process, right from the sourcing the raw material, packing material, until the product goes out of the factory. It's a very tedious and very, very meticulous process. If you are leaving anything somewhere, the product quality will be an issue, and it may even cost very high to the company. So I understand what you are saying, and as when I was just listening to your presentation, I was thinking that we would have another session where we will have the details of all these nitty-gritties in production. Please go ahead, sir. Thank you very much for enlightening us on many things on production.
One more thing I'll touch the Hitesh bhai, that right now all industry facing the problem of the counterfeit product. This is the biggest problem. And how to avoid. So company coming, if last session wise somebody coming with the hologram, somebody coming the T label, technical temper evidence label. Now one good session, whole world taking the decision, serialization, track and trace system. That I'm just making some very good. I really like when it started 2009 onwards, and now all company, all government, they want track and trace system. What they're saying, they have to put on each your product having some special number, and that number dedicated to your product. So if you go to any product to the your market, you take that product, there is a number, that 2D is there. By that you sense, it will show you that this number come, and from, if you track, then this number come from to this company, this place, and this time, everything can track. So how you're doing, there is a track and trace system, license number is there, many company having that, giving the allotting the number. So they put the, and all company purchase the that numbers, and that number they put in the cloud. And when we want to put in our system, when we want to plan the product for packing, then we take that number from cloud to our server. From server, because we have the many 100 line, 150 lines, we dedicate to that line. And then when product is running, if any, after complete the product, they can say this many number is good, this many number is bad, this many number taken as a sample. So what number gone in which shipper, that also can track, and that shipper gone in which pallet, that also you can track, and that pallet gone to which country, that also you can track. So it's a very good system, track and trace system. So every company following the track and trace systems by avoid this counterfeit by salation.
Great, sir. Great.
And again, because if you, one more thing I'm saying, if you use 80s, if you see the everybody everywhere, only production people are very strong. In any company, person people are very strong. If you come to 90s, then coming quality assurance person will become strong. If you come to 2000, regulatory person will be strong. I'm not telling the marketing itself, there is a own marketing is there, R&D is there, but regulatory, because why? Because if you want to go to any country, you should know what country rule and regulation. So, for example, this US 21 CFR, they having the federal regulation there. And in 21 CFR part 210 say the manufacturing part, 211 say for finished good. And now everybody riding the online, they are going not writing, manual writing anything. They go to electronically. So part CFR 21 CFR part 11 say this electronic signature and electronic data. Same thing, Europe, hydraulics, volume 4, they are also selling parts, they are Europe. And then ICH, for harmonization, they make the ICH guidelines, and this WHO guidelines who regulate the whole world for the product.
Great, great.
So thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And you can stop sharing. You can stop sharing your screen now. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, Singh sir. RP Singh sir. One thing, I will not able to summarize your talk because it was so in depth, there were so many new things for me. I will not able to summarize, but there are few things which I would like to take from here. There is one thing which we hear a lot of late, that is data integrity. What is that?
Yes, data integrity, this means what people, very simple word is there, GMP say, what is written, you do it. And what you're doing, that should be written. Means that should be right. Data integrity, people suppose you got, if what happened, it is started from the Ranbaxy, they have got some data, but then when he saw the signing paper, and when he saw the attendance, that person is not there. So how he can sign?
तो सर मैं अगर हिंदी में इसे बोलूं तो ऐसा था कि काम होता नहीं था और दिखाया जाता था.
Yes.
उसको स्ट्रिक्ट करने के लिए regulators have started this data integrity so that everything is what is done, that is being recorded and that is being produced to the regulatory authority. Yes. In a layman word, that is data integrity.
Perfect.
So thank you very much. And yeah, please.
I'm just sharing this because US market is a very opportunity for the Indian company. Okay, they are with good. So what happened earlier when they are coming, they are saying the plant, Indian people showing the plant in very good way. Okay, and
Right.
where going that they can do here, there, that. For
Right.
that, then it is the data integrity and Betsy got in that column. So, and one thing, if India, anything happening in one industry, everybody immediately follow the whole industry in the India system.
Right, sir.
Okay.
Right. Right,
So,
sir.
and now that's why they open the office, US FDA people in the India, and they
Yeah,
can
yes.
go. They are earlier than farming. I'm coming on that day after 2 months. They're making denting, painting, everything perfect. But now they are going through the auto in the gate. They want to do the audit because they
Yeah.
don't trust us. So that
Right.
trust has to come up. Many companies doing the good job. Still some problem is there, but it will come up. Okay. But people having aware the data integrity, falsification of the data.
Right, sir.
That's
Right,
one.
sir. Got it. Got it. In fact, I understand when we have 650 US approved plant in India, so their stakes is too much. 60% of the generic in US are going from India. So they need to take care of their patient. For that, whatever they
Yes.
are doing is very good. The one thing which I liked a lot, which I was not aware by now, was this track and trace system. I'm not sure how old is this system, but this is a fantastic system which Indian pharma or any multinational pharma, any responsible pharma company must be taking care of this track and trace system. And the other thing which I liked in your deliberation is whatever a quality-oriented company is doing, it is at the end of the day for patient centricity. You know, right from the sourcing of raw material and packing material, where we have the validated vendors. Then when the product is coming to your premises, then again you are doing the quality check, and then you are doing quality check at every stage of the production, and then last quality check is done by quality assurance, and then the product is going out. This is basically for the benefit of patient, which I am liking a lot, which I was not aware by now, how a production process goes and how it impacts patient's life. Thank you very much, sir. And from this, I will hand over session to Mr. Yashwant Misra, because I'm sure there are a lot of questions, a lot of people are appreciating your deliberation in Facebook and YouTube. So over to Mr. Yashwant.
Thank you very much,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much, RP sir. Wonderful presentation. Lot of learning we have got. Although in marketing and sales we get lot of session, but manufacturing there are many things to be proud to be an Indian. That is a good thing that we are the pharmacy capital. A lot of things we need to cross check. So thank you very much, sir. Lot of appreciation, as it is rightly told. Mr. Sandeep Bidubai has appreciated the session. Mr. Sandeep Bidubai, Mr. Arumugam Arasan, Mr. Rupak Rathod, Nilanjan Nag, thank you very much, Nilanjan. Nasruddin Chisti, Mr. Bipin Dikshit, Mr. Ajay Tyagi, Mr. Chidambaram Raju, Mr. Sunil Jadhav, thank you very much. Abid Hussain, thank you very much. Ashok and Srikant D sir, all are them are watching and they are appreciating the session. Thank you very much, everyone. We are really humbled that you all are showing so much interest and value in it. And some of the participants are eagerly waiting for OP Singh sir. Let me tell you, Rupak Rathod, Ajay Tyagi, and Ajay Sinha. These are the people who are eagerly waiting for OP Singh sir's deliberation. Thank you very much, Saris and Srikant D sir, of course. So over to Arpan. Question answer will take later on. Once OP Singh sir's session is over, we'll take some questions. Over to
Mr.
Arpan for
Yashwant, I
introduction
would like
of
to
OP
add
Singh.
something on this. I would like to add something on this.
Yes.
You know, we have by now we have I can see we have audience from at least 4 continents.
Yes.
I can see audience from Africa. I can see audience from America. I can see audience from other Southeast Asian country as well as in European country. So if we say it is the world largest online platform, so we have audience from all across world. Only Australia continent is left. we have audience from all other 4 continents.
Great, sir. Truly global. Thank you very much, sir, for your support for that. Over to Arpan.
Thank you so much, sir. The occasion couldn't have been bigger than this, than people joining in from all continents. And it is because of their participation, because of their sharing, that LPC has become the world's largest online sharing platform for the pharmaceutical professionals. Yes. Sometimes back, I was going through a book written by Mr. Prakash Iyer, and the name of the book is The Secrets of Leadership. In fact, there he said that a leader is like a tea bag. In fact, with lots of packaging and everything, but the best part of a leader, just like a tea bag, is when it is dipped into hot water. That means when the going gets wrong, that is the time the leader comes out. When the going gets tough, and it is the toughness of the leader that gets going. And when the tea bag is dipped into hot water, the real flavor comes out. What is inside the leader is what comes out. And my next speaker, OP sir, is such a leader who has always faced the situation leading from the front. And he's a person who has seen it all and done it all and absolutely come out as a winner. He is basically a people's man. He is a person who is a go-to person for everybody, for any type of problem. And I think even when he's sleeping, he can even solve the problem, because questions directed to him when even he is sleeping, he would be the first person to answer it. So I have started my career watching him and watching him very closely. I have followed his career, and believe me, every second person in the industry would definitely like to emulate OP sir, as I lovingly call him. So thank you so much, OP sir, for gracing the occasion. And believe me, sir, it's a matter of privilege. I consider myself very fortunate that I have been given the opportunity to introduce a person like you, sir. So if I start giving an introduction of you, probably it will take the next part of the session, because so many achievements to say and so many milestones to highlight. I think it's going to consume the next part. But just to give a small brief for our audience, OP sir has a stellar career of 30 plus years in the pharma industry and has risen from the ranks of a medical representative to the position of a group CEO of India's largest drug manufacturing company, the Akums Group. Previously, he has held positions like President, Sales and Marketing of Cadla Pharma, Chief of Biochem Pharma, which is a Zydus group of company, and has handled teams of 3,000 plus employees and businesses of 1,000 plus crore turnover. In his longest stint, Zydus has recognized his efforts, his stellar performances, by giving him 9 promotions in a span of 20 years. He has worked virtually in almost every pharma segment, including acute as well as chronic therapies like the anti-infectives, the respiratory, the pain management, gastroenterology, cardiovasculars, gynecology, pediatrics, blood derivatives, vaccines, hormones, steroids, oncology. Well, the list is never ending. You name it, he has done it. Some of the highlights in his career, if I can just put it in a nutshell, he has turned Cadla Pharma into the fastest growing company in the industry with 200% growth of profits, and has featured himself 3 times in the Limca Book of Records for his outstanding achievements in the pharma industry. He has built Fortiza, another strong division of Zydus, from 130 crores to 280 crores in a very short span of time, and has built many brands, and I know it very well: Pantodac DSR, Itogesic, Cephogest, CV, Mefigest. Well, the list is again never ending. He has revived a degrowing company, Biochem, into a profit-making venture with a delta of rupees 42 crores in the very first year of him joining as a chief, breaking all the past records. Well, he has handled domestic, rural, international, generic, and has also been in charge of finance, purchase, supply chain, administration, production, and HR, along with sales and marketing. Well, he has an exposure and expertise of handling any type of pharma business. Today, OP sir comes on LPC as the CEO of the largest manufacturing company in India, which contributes about 12 to 13% of pharma manufacturing as a manufacturer for all large companies. He is currently entrusted with the responsibility of managing funds to the tune of around 2,000 crores, which investors have put in. Well, he is overseeing almost every department in this organization, but his primary focus is on three most important, that is manufacturing, finance, business development, or commercial. So we welcome OP sir on LPC 92. But before handing it over to Satwant Kaur Manku ma'am for the next part of quizzing OP sir's journey, I just can't resist myself from the temptation of asking just one question, sir. Sir, you have had a stellar journey of 36 years in the pharmaceutical industry, and there are hardly any milestones that you have not touched. Sir, what is that single thing that has been driving you for the last 36 years, sir?
Very nice. Good question.
I think, Arnab, I'm so emotional right now listening from you. The young boy around Simana outside of the CNS agency and, creating orders and to achieve the target. I can't forget those 1995, I believe. Exactly.
1996, Shivana.
96. And the way I seen you growing, in fact, hats off to you. Thank you so much. I think only one statement I'll make. I build people to build business. Over. This is the only mantra has driven me for last 36 years. And I personally believe recently my MD, Sri Sanjeev Jain sir, has sent one WhatsApp message. And he said, it is never late. Even at the age of 60, if you start, you can achieve till the 90. So he's saying you have to work up to till the age of 90. That's what is the message he is trying to communicate to me. Because if you love the job, there is no retirement age and there is no retirement from the work. I personally believe this. If you work and if you enjoy, you arrest the aging process. And that's what you can see me right now. People don't believe that I have completed 36 years. And that is what light moment Hitesh sir ne comment kiya tha raat ko. Ki out of 6, 3 with ball headed, 3 with hairs, right? I don't forget that comment of his.
Yeah, exactly.
But my experience is still there with hair. I have not lost it. Thank you.
Sir, you have definitely have taken the elixir of youth, and you look just like what you did in 1996 when you were relating to Shimana. And sir, believe me, the mantra, I think, that is we build people to build our business, and that has been your basic mantra in your success ladder. And the second thing is that you do what you love and you love what you do. And that has been something that has energized you throughout this journey.
Arnab, why I said, because when I joined, I'll take a little away from manufacturing. When I joined Zydus Group, that time they divided into 2 parts, Cadila Pharma and Zydus. And I was fresh from Glaxo, the #1 company of the world those days, right? I joined in 1985 as a management trainee, and I had a pleasure of working in 7 departments in 7 years. And that pleasure I can really help me to grow what I am today here. So when I joined, in fact, I had to recruit for entire Zydus Group for all divisions, being I was in LDA, because I was appointed specifically by our guru, Sri Ganesh Nayak sir, who said, you have to build Zydus back from where we lost. Because they lost 400 crores in 200 each. And they wanted to, in fact, Hitesh ji can recall all those days, because he is also from Alidec, the same company genetics, the same genetics is their DNA, right? So 200 crore business became from 400 to 200, and from say 3,000 employees became 1,500 each. And I was given responsibility in entire Eastern India to recruit for all the divisions. And what happened? Pride for me today, except 1 or 2%, leave aside. Today, all of them are into leadership position. Either they are managers or they are entrepreneurs. And that is why I said, I build people to build business. And that was the mantra only. Thank you. I answered your questions which you have put.
Thank you so much, sir. Indeed, you are a true leader who creates more number of leaders, and that shows about your aura. So for the next part, I would hand over to Satwankar Manku ma'am so that he can unfold some more milestones in your career. So over to you, Satwankar.
But Arnab, before you give it to madam, the way you have described me, even I was not knowing so much about me. Thank you so much.
Sir, a storyteller's job is to create stories that can be totally awe-inspiring for the listeners. And I hope I have done justice to what I was interested with. Thank you so much, sir.
Very much.
Ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Arpan. And I am truly humbled, and it's a pleasure to ask few questions and be on a panel on the same platform like Mr. O.P. Singh, who is a star-studded leader today in the industry. And the one beauty part about what I understand about whole Mr. O.P. Singh, I know him from Zydus, though our interaction was very little in the Zydus, we were in two different divisions. And what I understand is like he has the expertise in almost all departments over a period of time. And I truly salute him from the journey that he has taken over a period of time. Now, today, he is at a apex of the pinnacle of the there where he has seen the whole world, the industry, the pharma industry has seen it from all angles. And today he is poised at a point where he's trying to, he's actually the more of a bridge to from the manufacturing and what the end users needed. Now that is very, very critical position what he is holding right now, because everything, as Mr. RP Singh also session we have seen, all the effort, whatever is done is the patient centric. That means they get the product at the economical rate, high quality economical rate, batch after batch. So I would after going through Mr. RP Singh's session and the brief that we have got of Mr. OP Singh, I would like to pose the question to Mr. OP Singh that what are the key attributes today in achieving the manufacturing leadership? Because you are in the topmost company, like who is the leader manufacturer. Akums is a big name, not only in India, even in the world market today. So what are the key attributes you feel is in achieving the manufacturing leadership?
Thank you, madam. And the question which you have put to me, in fact, a very tough question, let me tell you. Reason being, I have just joined 2 months before.
Right.
But this organization has already achieved leadership in manufacturing. So that becomes a much easier question for me to answer you, because I have data before me.
Correct.
But before I take into the technicalities of achieving leadership in manufacturing, I think RP Singh Sahab has made very good point that as year passed on, importance of each department, each segment has changed. And sir was very rightly said that data centric, like documentation, and those documentation credibility is going to decide to achieve leadership into the respect of sustainability, long-term success, and also to create a belief in your manufacturing capabilities. 2 ways. One, quality and delivery. These are the 2 things which is the most important. In fact, Hitesh sir, when he was mentioning that he was not getting stock, and then RP Singh Sahab came as a rescuer and helped him to get the stocks in time. So in achieving leadership in manufacturing, these 2 attributes is very, very important. One is the data centricity. Data is going to decide your quality. And once you have achieved this, of course, then delivery is the very, very important, like you are manufacturing for the whole world. And if you don't reach in time, then you are not meeting the need of the customer. So I personally feel that I cannot give you a whole lot of list of items to achieve leadership. If this 2 is in place, you can achieve this in manufacturing. But if I have to add little 1 point extra, that leadership is a statement which cannot only restricted to manufacturing. It is a very generic statement. So for achieving leadership, you need attitude. And that is the differentiator. Why I'm saying this, I'll tell you one example, which is again referred by my current MD, Sri Sanjeev Jain sir. Jungle ka raja kaun hota hai? Who is the king into this jungle? The lion. But who is the biggest animal in the jungle?
Elephant.
Elephant. Who is the fastest, animal in the jungle? Fastest running? Maybe leopard or maybe fox. But who is the tallest in the animal? Animal in jungle? Giraffe. But who is the leader? Kisko leader banna chahiye? The tallest, the biggest, the fastest? Kisko banna chahiye? But attitude of a lion, main to raja hu ji. I am a king. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how tall you are. I don't care how fast you are. I am the king. So attitude is going to be differentiator to achieve leadership. I think I have answered your question.
Yes, thank you so much for elaborating and nicely explaining that whole concept about the key attributes and the manufacturing leadership.
So why I said this? These are the 2 aspects which quality and timely delivery is the process.
Correct.
But one promoter need to have that attitude. Vision all separate. Usko side mein rakhte hai. But if you have an attitude to achieve an height and milestone, you can achieve the leadership in your business.
Correct. And I must say, the flair, you have this flair of building the people and then building the business. So right now also you are involved into the similar, whichever positions you go, this mantra continues and the attitude must stay in every step. So coming back to the manufacturing point, now then, how do you see the future of manufacturing and the outsourcing? Because not everybody in India have a manufacturing unit, and most of the people are exporters or they are traders. So today the trend is more of the third-party manufacturing. So even the people who have their manufacturing units, they also outsource their products to some other units, plants for manufacturing. So how do you see the future of manufacturing and outsourcing?
Yeah, that's a very good question for me. So I have studied a lot in last 2 months because I have to deliver. And as my journey is very different and the role is very different, right? Although I was in charge of my plant in Biochem, I was being treated as the MD not to be allowed to come to the floor क्योंकि गंदा लग जाएगा, काली हो जाएगी, sir नाराज हो जाएंगे. So that kind of care I was given, honestly speaking, when I was managing director of Biochem. But I used to go to the floor where the workers are really working on the machine, producing tablets in the packing sector where people are packaging. So all this is okay, fine. But when I have joined this organization and when I saw that the core business is CDMO, contract drug manufacturing organization. So just for the benefit for the viewers, and also except RP Singh Saab, and of course Hitesh ji also was having the similar kind of exposure. I'll give a little brief about that what CDMO business all about. It has 2 components. One is CDMO, and in CDMO there is a call CRO. You must be knowing, all of you, that CRO is going to be one of the activities which consist of drug discovery, and second one is drug development. So if I have got 5 attributes of CDMO, then 2 is drug discovery and the another one is drug development, and then remaining 3 comes to API manufacturing, because you need the API for your formulation, and then second is the formulation, and third is the packaging. So this is all about the CDMO business. And in India, actually, since you are talking about the opportunity, I personally feel that there is a huge gap between the demand and supply. And reason I'll tell you why. Indian pharmaceutical market on an average is growing by 8.9%. If I have to talk about the CAGR. But you know what is the CDMO growth? You will be surprised to know it's a 13%. 8.9 to 13%. Imagine the kind of turn taking towards CDMO. And the reason being of this, that people look forward light asset activities. I'm using a word, light assets activities and low risk. And any new promoter, which Hitesh ji was talking about, if you are looking to start a new business, then you should not go for heavy asset involvement and high risk. You will go for low assets activity and low risk. And that is where is the big opportunity as far as CDMO business is concerned. So now I'll give you a perspective. So this is the one mantra which will make people to go for CDMO growth. And the second point, just for understanding, for the viewers, this entire industry, which is from marketing, it is growing into chronic.
Yeah.
And if it is growing into chronic, then of course, you need to know what was 2020. And I think RP Singh Sahab has mentioned about the, what business potential in India and abroad. So I'll just read out few numbers. Actually, in 2020, we as a business, actually, it was $202 billion as far as Indian pharma market is concerned. And the forecast is, as per the many agencies, as per CRISIL, that it is going to touch close to $400 billion. And that, of course, it is going to show a huge demand in our country. And naturally, there is going to be a gap between the demand and the supply. So this is a basic management which I'm sharing for the interest of the viewers. But the most important point which I'm going to show that the growth is going to be mostly into anti-diabetic and anti-cardiology. Like, where anti-diabetic drugs mostly if you'll find they are tablet capsules other than insulin if you keep aside. So basically you require to have a more capsule and more tablets, right? So in India, actually, the current requirement and the capacity, what we talk about, that oral solids consumption is 70%. Oral and solids, as far as manufacturing is goes, 70%. And liquid is only 14%. Injectables is 14% and the rest others. So imagine what I'm trying to talk about, that in days to come, in 2025, the company which is thinking of going for CDMO, they should think of oral and solid. This is a learning for the audience. If I'm really thinking of going for the CDMO kind of a business approach, I should focus from not injectables, not the suspension, not rest of this is the oral and tablets, which is going to increase to 71% of the total consumption of the pharmaceutical, as per the recent source of CRISIL research. And that's the data I'm sharing right now. Because I thought, let me थोड़ा पढ़ लेते हैं, नहीं तो हितेश जी बोलेंगे सर क्या मार्केटिंग की भाषण देके चले गए. So it is not justified to call you for the manufacturing. So today I am fully prepared for manufacturing discussion. Now coming back to this is the market. Now the second point which I like, why then anybody should think of CDMO? Why? And this I am now going to describe with lot of points which is pondered to think and learn. One is, over the past few years, there has been an increasing trend across pharmaceutical companies to outsource discovery. Please mark my statement. Outsource discovery. I think I agree with LP Singh Saab. He said, marketing के दिन गए अभी discovery, research, manufacturing पे थोड़ा आपको ज़्यादा उनको importance देना पड़ेगा. शायद उनको पगार थोड़ा ज़्यादा भी देना पड़ेगा to retain those talents. Okay. So people are going for outsourcing discovery, development, and then it comes for manufacturing new products. Because these capabilities everybody cannot offer because it consumes huge time. आरपी सिंह साहब ने एक बात बोला, रेमीप्रिल 20 साल लगा था बनाने में उनको, और मैं नोटिस कर रहा था सारे पॉइंट्स एंड आई मेड अ नोट ऑफ इट. Imagine how much time consuming, and any smart businessman should not wait for a long time. Time is money. So it's better to go and have a tie up with those organizations which has these capabilities of offering you manufacturing facilities, offering you discovery, offering you product development, and then it's going to save your capital. So I think these are the statements which are very powerful for any entrepreneurial people or any people who is thinking of having of its own. Why not? They can. So these are the learnings, and few points I'll tell you in this context. CDMO have been provided a niche services, actually, such as product development, characterization of the product, manufacturing of the product, clinical and commercial of APIs as well. After this China's episode, actually, Atmanirbhar Bharat, our Honorable Prime Minister, Atmanirbhar Bharat, many companies going for API plant in our country. And these changes is going to strengthen your CDMO activities, actually.
Yeah.
And that what I personally feel one must think of these aspects of business which was not spoken up to 91 episodes. So I think Hitesh sir, 92 episode is aptly chosen in the order to give the learning and experience to the people which were not being talked so much. So I have to say now a few things that these are the reasons you should go for CDMO, which can give you a healthy demand, supply gap in least time. And the second, end-to-end service, which makes CDMO a key partner in pharmaceutical value chain. And I must say these words. So that is what value chain is going to make all the difference and which we should look at. And at the end, I would like to say this rising demands into generic market is a very, very important point I'm going to speak. In 2016, the generic was only 2.7% of our total business. Do you know what is today? It is 10.1%. And the way it's growing, mind-boggling. I have launched 5 generic divisions in Akums. 5. Already 3 were existing, another 5 going to be launched. So the point what we are going to speak about, that Indian trade generic segment is clocking higher growth over the next 5 years on account of Government of India's initiatives. Ayushman Bharat, ये क्या है? Generic. So government is telling, भाई साहब, सस्ते का दवाई दो, सस्ते की दवाई दो. So only why only it's a government responsibility? It should be also responsibility of the corporate. सस्ते का बनाओ और सस्ते का खिलाओ. So in short, your question was so close to my heart. I could not restrict. Still, I can speak another half an hour on the subject, though I'm very new to this business. But I feel I'll stop here. And I hope I have answered your questions.
Yes. Yes, you have answered it elaborately and pointing out clearly, like, the what is the scope and the growth that's happening in the oral solids because of the chronic management, which is going to be the important stay in the industry, and also about the generic business, which is grown up over a period of time, not only in India, but even in the international market, the generic business is growing. So I think the future looks to be very bright, and you have put in the more torchlight to it and making it even more brighter. So that's very nice. Now, but keeping this in mind, like, the scope is very high and the companies can save on the capital and all the other responsibilities, and it's quite time consuming, as we have learned from Mr. RP Singh also, and from you also, what we are learning, that manufacturing is a faculty, is a very serious business. So not everybody can afford it. So if I am an exporter, or I am a trader, or I'm a marketing company, then what are the new rules that are there in the CDMO business? Now, if I have to tie up with another company, so what are the rules which is now prevailing in the market?
Okay. I think, madam, just only one rule to give this audience very clear message. Only one rule. The rule is, earlier, only manufacturer was responsible for punishment of any default.
Yes.
Madam, earlier, the manufacturer was the only responsible for punishment for any default, either into quality, pilferages, adverse reaction, any death. But you know what is today? This is divided 50-50. Both marketeer and manufacturer has to share the punishment jointly.
Correct.
So basically, earlier what used to happen, that you have an aspiration, you go and join hand with Tom, Dick, Harry company, and the company is not as concerned about your health and your business. You make some money and something went wrong, the manufacturer is troubled, not marketing guy. That is not going to happen. So the point is that quality is going to be ensured with this change of policy which Government of India has introduced. That's only one change is enough to bring.
I think what your point. Yeah, sorry. Continue. Sorry.
To bring healthier marketing activities in our country.
Correct. Very rightly pointed out that why only the manufacturer always be at the fault if there is some quality issue that happens. But again, another big challenge of counterfeit drugs which are there in the market, which normally, like, are there if you are a brand leader or your brands are doing very well. So there are other fake drugs which are there in the market. So which rubs on to the original manufacturer and the marketeer. So, but I think what RP Singh about the track and trace the product with the codification, I think that has all evolved because of this one responsibility of why only manufacturer be at the fault. Marketeer should also be equally responsible.
True.
So I think that's the reason why all these things are developing. Now, there is one more point which is coming to my mind is this is like, if we are in India and if we want to enter into CDMO. Now, what if there is an MNC company, they want to come to India, promote their products, or they want to expand in India. So what is going to be the role of outsourcing and manufacturing partnership in this? And also, if we have to go to the other country, emerging countries, and we want to expand, so how this outsourcing will help us?
I think, madam, this is something which is a very interesting question for two reasons. One, we must invite MNC to invest in our country.
Yeah.
Why? Because it will provide job opportunity, employment opportunity, economic improvement, growth. So I think it is a very important that each individuals demonstrate their responsibility. So when I made a mention of 2 points, I think you must have heard it. Light assets activity.
Yes.
Light assets activity, light assets liabilities, and low risk. So any companies, if you really, Satwanji, that many multinational, they used to in 2000, 1985, I joined Glaxo. In 1985, I joined Glaxo. That time, the Indian pharma market was only 26,000 crore. Only 26,000 crore. Now it is 2,75,000 crore.
Yes,
It
has
is journey.
gone up.
And those days, Hext, Pfizer, right, Glaxo, Boot, Boros Welcome, many companies were there. Hardly they had their own factory in India, barring few. Why? Because these multinationals never want to go for heavy acids involvement. So any multinational company, when they see India is offering quality, and they are the one who believe into offering services, it is a very healthy sign that lot many multinational will be attracted to come to our country and invest into marketing more than investing into manufacturing, because we are offering, I told you, CDMO has got 5 aspects. 2 is drug discovery and preclinical activities, and the second I said drug development, and we can offer at the cheapest price across the globe, cheapest. And clinical phase 1 to 3, we are the largest in the world because of the human population. We can able to give the subject much more compared to any country. And it is 1/10 cost of what they spend outside, 1/10. So naturally, if I offer drug discovery and clinically quality one, and the second one, if I offer drug development, where phase 1 to phase 3 trial, I can invite a lot of multinational in our country, provided the person like Mr. RP Singh should manufacture the quality drug and ensure patient first. Ensure patient first. If that philosophy is there in mind, I tell you, India is going to be the king in the world. Already we have achieved, but we are going to be king in the world, inviting a lot of people to our country and offering job to our youngsters. Those are running out of our country. They need not to go. In healthcare, I must offer this in healthcare. So I think these are the points that local manufacturing capabilities with quality, and that can also help them to reduce their import cost. If they come here and again bring product from outside, it will not be very cost effective. So they will be in trouble. So ultimately you are present, but you are not present because your reach is not going to be possible, because India is a price sensitive market, right? And then for quality, which I mentioned about that, is going to be the mantra for multinational to believe in you, right? Because they want zero complaint business in other countries. You know what happened Glaxo in China because of the CRM activities, billions of money, millions of dollars, they have to give penalty. Doctors and patients, doctors and companies transaction. But India हम तो करते ही हैं, हम सब करते हैं, but multinational don't allow. And that kind of restrictions is always there in their corporate governance guideline.
Yes.
Whichever country they go, they follow the same. Like to recruit a person, I tell you, I had gone 2 days medical examination when I joined at a young age in Glaxo. 2 days. यहाँ पे आज तो medical blood test भी नहीं करते हैं. Medical rep is on board, no problem. So there is a policy of every organization which they would not change country to country. It's their corporate governance. And if you offer all this quality, low assets, skilled labor at low cost, right? Then your infrastructure, then you have got, government, friendly policies, which our Modi government has already offered. So I think all these are the really, really good move to invite a lot of investors in our country. So I think these are the points which I feel like sharing.
Great, very nice. Like what you are saying is the more we invite MNCs to India, we will be giving employment to our Indian people and the youngsters to excel in their job profile. That is very interesting. And you said, like, if we manufacture the products and supply to the world, we will become as the number one suppliers across the world. We already are to a greater extent, but we can always ramp up that number. Now the point comes is, as you said, nobody wants a complaint coming from the market on the quality. So what are the kind of transfer, looking into the current scenario? You have worked in the big company, Zydus, and now you are with the Akums in the manufacturing. And what is the current scenario across the pharma industry on the quality assurance and the quality control. Now, are you happy with this, or are you looking for some type of a transformation or the changes that may happen to meet up that need of being the world a leader in the across the world for supplier of the manufacturing of the medicines?
I think this question, RP Singh sir will able to endorse what I'm going to answer. That see, everything is fine. And in our industry, this is being shared by one of my colleagues who handle the product development business and dealing with lot many, marketing companies. So, what he has mentioned, I'll just read out to answer this question. And of course, he is Mahesh Malhotra, who is one of my colleagues. I was sharing about this program. Then he said, sir, these are the very important points. All QA auditors should focus on virtual audits. I think RP Singh Saab can also endorse this, because future of IT is going to be the most important aspects to speed up the process, which can reduce the timing. Second, boost IT department of all manufacturing units to focus on digital documentation. Sir was talking about documentation, but the question is that physical and digital, when you have got marketing and CDMO, two different identity, then you need to comply fast, and you should not waste time into all these kind of transaction. So I think you have to boost the IT department activities, training to all QA and QC team to handle audits through virtual IT platforms. These are the very important aspects. RP Singh sir kuch bol rahe sir. Yes sir.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, I also was going to pose the same question to him and have his view on the same.
No problem. I think
because the manufacturer is already here. Yeah.
He is actually horse's mouth. You can hear from him. I'm just saying on somebody's behalf.
Madam, actually, this process, everybody knows that nobody wants the market complaint. Market complaints are different type of category. One is a critical, one is a major, minor. And critical, people don't want any product should problem, some packaging problem. So that's why, sir, we are making what QBD, PTK, process capability. So we are, madam, documentation, each batch we are doing validation. So what your process, you have to validate the process so that each time we are manufacturing the batch, the result is same. It continues giving the same result. That's what. And what is your process capability after completion of the 1 year? We are collecting the all data and analyze where we are, what our process having problem, so that if you know the problem, then solution automatically it will come. Number one. Number two, sir, this Corona create the problem. Now everybody want the virtual audit. And in fact, I have faced more than, every year I am facing more than 50 to 100 audits. And virtual, I face more than dozens. And I took my mobile, and what happened, ma'am? They are having their making their own app, and you have to install in your mobile, and then you have to go through the whole plant, whole process they want to see. They already started. That's why I told you, yes, FDA brought this 11, part 11, that it is only for electronic data. They want, sir, now they're going towards the electronic DMR. Nothing should be handwritten, everything should be automatic. What your machine say, all feeder, you have to feed the data. So the data collect from the machine. No, you cannot do any manual interruption. it is going toward the automation. It's very truly, sir. That's why you have to go through automation, all data captured by the, if you want to do the balance weighing, we are writing earlier by hand. No, you have to take the printout from the balance, how much weight, what time, each time and second, this is involved in that. So it is always, this LIMS has come QC. Nothing is written by LIMS has provide the data for quality control so that all data come the automatic zone. And it can say how much utilization, how much capability, what is the process, everything telling in that way. That is already in the process.
So I think
I would like to add something more here, OP Singh sir.
Yeah.
You know what happens for 25 years, I was in sales and marketing and commercial. So when in 2006, I have joined Zenufa as managing director when I had the responsibility of whole business, including the plant. So I see, you know, there are a lot of things which we know, which we don't know as a commercial people. हमें ये पता है कि भैया ये order है, ये माल है, ये marketing करनी है. You know, we have one side of the story. And I'm just recollecting when Mr. Singh was speaking, you know, when I joined Alidec in 1990, during training, our first thing was to have a plant visit. Okay.
yes,
I'm not sure if it is there in the system now in the companies. Because agar wo hota hai, if the medical rep, when I am joining, that time I see the plant, the processes, the confidence goes very, very high. You know, then I would know कि ये जो दवाई मैं बेच रहा हूँ, ये कैसे बनी है और इसमें कितना प्रिसीजन है, कितने लोग लगे हैं, कितनी टेक्नोलॉजी लगी है, कितना एडवांसमेंट हुआ है. Means, you know, these people in plant, they put their blood and sweat on the production, which we, the commercial people, never appreciate because we never understand. So maybe if our viewers are from, you know, the top management and from the entrepreneur side, so whenever your business people are there in the company, they must be taken to the plant, okay, and they should know the details how the things are happening, how a particular tablet is manufactured. You know, the process is so long, right from the procuring of raw material and packing material, which is again a process, and a separate department is there, which we, the commercial people, doesn't know. So just this idea came in my mind when Mr. RP Singh was detailing all these things. It will be very, very good if the commercial people also given a glimpse of the work which they do. Thank you, sir. Over to Madam Manku.
Now here's the point that you have pointed out, like, you know, when even when we joined the industry, I also had the factory visit around the Cipla, like, you know, how the things are getting manufactured. Now, definitely it do help boosting up the confidence of the field people. But now more questions coming to my mind is, most of the companies today are having the third-party manufacturer, the CDM part, which is coming up. I'm a marketing company, but I don't do it. But I am manufacturing the products from 10 different or 4-5 different companies. Now, how is this, Mr. Singh? This is out of the what you call an extempore question which has come to my mind. How the marketing companies can take a visit of the commercial, the medical reps or the field people to the manufacturing units where they are doing the contract manufacturer?
Sorry, madam. I think you will be.
You missed out. I'll say it again. Sorry, can I repeat the question?
No, you said, suppose you are already manufacturing for some marketing company. They are my partner.
Yes.
They are our partner. And it is my duty to make sure that their each employees believe in the production and the product of the quality. So if anybody wishes, we love to take the factory visit.
The factory tour, yeah.
Yes.
That's great. That's very good. Good.
Yes.
Yeah, great. So I think we had a quite a interesting, I think I got a very good glimpse of the challenges, the development that's happening in the manufacturing area and how it is helping the patient-centric, like, you know, providing the high quality products and at an economical rate to the patient, and how it is going to help even the marketing companies Now, so Mr. OP Singh, now you have joined the India's largest manufacturer, and in fact, and it's growing. And with you coming into on the board, I'm sure it is going to see many more milestones which they will achieve in a very short period of time. It's just time has to go. Now, can you summarize in nutshell and tell us, what are you most proud of your organization, so that even know about the what they call the sprinkles of your enthusiasm.
मैडम, ये तो इंटरव्यू देने के पहले मैंने सब होमवर्क कर लिया था एक्चुअली.
I know.
Okay,
So one part is there, what I liked about your presentation was when you were preparing for this session, you have involved your other parts from the various departments like quality assurance, and they have also contributed to your session. So that's what is building people, connecting with the people, which is emerging very strongly. So I'm sure this answer is also going to be as good.
So thank you for this question. Close to my heart. This question is close to my heart. Outrightly, a marketing person is joining a CDMO company. This is first time happening in industry. First time happening this in industry. A marketing person taking a decision and joining the leader of CDMO manufacturing activities organization. So I must tell you, when I was going through the entire website of the organization, I was shocked. Not so much when I joined, and I really got a big shock that I was not knowing this. The chairman of this company, Sri DC Jain Saab, I tell you, he is the most learned person into the company secretarial zone. He was the president of company secretary for 10 years. This was the qualification of the chairman. And he's both the sons. He's both the sons. MD, Sri Sanjeev Jain sir and Sri Sandeep Jain sir, both of them are got the mentorship under this very learned person, which I'm also getting flavor nowadays. जो मैं last में बोलूँगा जरूर उन्होंने क्या बोला, and I think this was a missing link of my last 36 years of journey, which I'll share. और वो संस्कृत में है मैं बोलूँगा. After let me finish what I'm proud of. So I'm proud of this organization. हम सबको प्रणाम बोलते हैं. प्रणाम. छोटे से बड़े तक को हम सबको नमस्कार बोलते हैं. There is a culture to wish everybody with folded hand. This is the one culture which I was not actually tuned to. And I'm really touched with the behavior. Starting from Pune to the MD of a company, everybody is folding hand and saying pranam to everybody in the morning. And when I saw the value system, I'm saying value system in an organization, how it grows. And when I saw, I think you have also mentioned 12 to 13% of India's complete formulation. So 13% of 2 lakhs crore is 26,000 and 1 lakh 70 crore ka 24,000 crore hota hai. This company alone is contributing 24,000 crore of Indian market, where the number one company of this country is the Sun, which contributes only 8.7%. So the point what I'm trying to say that you can understand, but it's a partnership. They are helping all big companies to grow. It's a partnership. But alone they have taken the 13 big plants, qualified plants in Haridwar, and one is in Guwahati. And you will happy to know that Acoms is India's 67th largest employer provider of this country. 67th largest employer provider of this country. And 98th highest donor for CSR activity in this country. I was not knowing this. My respect for this organization has gone 10 folds up after I have taken the entry into this organization. And when it comes to the quality, I'll just read out some of the points which you'll understand, that there is hardly any chemist in this country, any chemist in the country who do not keep Akom's manufactured drug at their shelf. That is the capabilities of this organization. There is hardly any chemist in this country who does not keep Akom's manufactured products into their shelf, either of the some company, either Robert or Lupin or Zydus or Ketla, whatever it is. So that is the, made me proud to really take this decision. It was a tough decision. Apart of that, there are 4,000 pharmaceutical formulations this company has. 4,000 pharmaceutical formulation. RP Singh sir and Hitesh sir can understand what mean it. It is something which cannot dream. That's big. With 14,000 of brands. 14,000 brands हैं. 100-200 में लोग थक जाते हैं. 14,000 brands है. And Akoms have highest number of DCGI approved products, 830. Highest number DCGI approved products. And 535 FSSAI approved products. 535. And we have 79 patent application, and out of 4 is already approved. Out of that, 4 is already approved. Akoms has more than 600 organizations with whom we are working today, 600. And our relationship is so thick and thin and sweet, they don't think other than Akoms. And that is what the quality of services we are talking about. And it is into 54 countries. It is in 54 countries as well, with 1,500 registration, which Hitesh ji can understand what meaning of it. 1,500 registration is a big thing. And that has really made me proud to join. And out of all these, I'm going to tell you what all accredit we got. That it is received national and international accreditation of WHO GMP, ISO 5001, ISO 14001, ISO 9001, ISO 17025, HACCP, GLP, NABL. ये सब RP Singh साहब समझेंगे what I'm speaking all these. NABL and US NSF, NAFDAC, and many more. Long list hai, short karta hu. These are the accreditation of this organization. And apart of that, Akoms has huge capacity. Now listen very carefully. Interesting. The capacity. We produce every day 14 crore tablets every day. 14 crores tablet every day. That is our capacity. We produce 2.5 crore hard soft gelatin every day. We produce 15 lakhs injection every day. We produce 20 lakhs bottles every day. This is our current capacity. With that kind of accreditation, right? And we have got twice. The Pharma Leader Award by Government of India in 2018 and 2019. The Pharma Leader Award by Government of India in 2018 and 19. And these points made me to believe in this organization. And I personally feel the icon of a best quality, timely delivery, and unique and innovative products, only Akoms can ensure to any organization in India and across the globe. And it is not the end, the last one. When we have saw that we should become Atmanirbhar, we have acquired a big plant of API in Chandigarh so that we can reduce the dependency from China. So from API to finished product, till the research product, till our own research product, I think this is what motivated me to join this group, though it's called CDMO group. But I tell you, I have launched 17 divisions 17 divisions to make sure that this quality products can be reached to each and every nook and corner of this country, and each needy patient should be treated with Acom's quality products. That's my mission, for which I have taken as a group president of pharma marketing group, including the Acom's drugs and pharmaceuticals. So I hope I have answered why I got motivated to join this company.
Great, sir. Great. Before Mantu, I will take the few minutes. You know, I'm really overwhelmed whatever you have told, and I will congratulate you again for being in Acom. It is not only luck; you are blessed to be there. You are blessed to be there. That is what my understanding. Okay. One thing which you forgot to share. You know, when your products are in 54 countries, means Acom's facility is being approved by 54 different NMRA across world.
Thank you, Desi. Thank you. I missed it. Thank you.
Yes. So you know, we have viewers from all across world. They would understand what does it mean to have approval in 54 different countries of Acom's plant. Over to Madam Mantu. Then we have few questions which I would like to take.
Correct. Thank you so much, Mr. O.P. Singh, for taking us through the other side of the manufacturing facility, because we from Mr. O.P. Singh, we heard about the transformation and the journey over the decades that has happened in the manufacturing and how it is impacting the patients. And you coming from the Mr. Singh, O.P. Singh, you are coming from the marketing and the sales, and now into the manufacturing. So you are seeing the world from a very different angle, and you are able to comprehend, and you are able to have the compassion of understanding the patient need, and also now understanding the challenges what the manufacturers are facing, and how you join a company which already has so many feathers and star-studded achievements. They have got it in 54 countries, and also in India, catering to over 600 companies. So quality is one thing which we can, blindly we can say is not at all an issue. But despite that, I love that point of the area of improvement. What point you pointed out is still there, of having the digitalization of QA QC. So that clearly shows how the company is striving to be better day by day. And I'm thank you so much for answering most of the questions, and highlighting the points where you have said how companies can benefit from the CDMO, and can be rest assured of the quality, and you being a very reliable partner can help the companies in whatever possible way they need you. Okay, so I really am I am actually at loss of words to comprehend the whole thing and then express it back. But thank you so much for coming to the program of LPC, and I'm sure there will be many questions which I'm not able to pose at this time. Maybe some of my other colleagues sitting across the world and watching this program, they would have jotted down, and I'm sure Hitesh will read out those questions.
Satwant madam,
yes, sir,
Satwant madam, for the benefit of viewers, I would like to share one of the learning which I got from my chairman yesterday, and how he built this such a big organization. It is going to benefit every listeners today. I think I must share. I should not be selfish to retain with me. Since you said we should give back to industry whatever you learned, so I want to give back to industry today. Yesterday, when I said my chairman, I am going to share some of my learning, then he said, "Unko maine pucha." I have interviewed him, and Hitesh ji, you have made me so many work to do before coming here. I have interviewed him. How you have made this great company? You would like to hear?
Yeah.
Yes. So, whatever he has written, I have written, and only I am going to repeat. And his name is Sri DC Jain Saab. He is at the age of 80. Every day he come to office and he work. He's the finance head. As a father, the CFOs of the company reports to him. At the age of 80, he's working. You know what he said? Tulsidas Tulsidas in Ramcharitmanas, Sundarkand couplet number 37. Tulsidas in Ramchandramanas, Sundarkand couplet number 37 में क्या बोला है? You सुनिए. You listen very carefully. Sachiv, Sachiv, Vaidya, Vaidya, Guru, तीन जो प्रिय बोलही, ए बोलही is a Sanskrit word. बनारस में बोलही is a Bhojpuri word. बोलही, भया आस, भया आस, राज धर्म तन, तीन को बगही हो ही विनाश. I am repeating. It's a very important statement. सचिव, वैद्य, गुरु, तीन जो प्रिय बोलही, भय आस, राज धर्म तन, तीन को वगही हो ही विनाश. Means what? I am now telling in English. A minister means a Raja. A minister is a Sachi, and Vaid is a doctor, and Guru is a teacher. A minister, a doctor, a teacher. These three professionals should be speaking sweet, which is the virtue of that everyone should have. Should speak sweet. That should be the virtue. Should have. But these three speak sweet either for a hope or due to fear. If they are speaking because of some hope or due to fear, example, a person is having malaria. I'm giving a healthcare example. A person is having malaria. He needs to be treated with chloroquine, which you all know it's very bitter. If the patient does not want a bitter medicine, a doctor cannot give him a toffee to treat. Toffee cannot be offered. If any senior, now here is the point, if any senior professional speaks sweet to the management just for a hope that he or she will get elevation, increment, promotion, and also if he speaks due to fear that I will be terminated, they are yes man. They are yes man. If the guru speaks sweet, either for a hope or for a fear, then the entire institutes will collapse. Will collapse. Entire kingdom will collapse. Or the organization will collapse. Or the state will collapse. Or the health will collapse if doctors start giving toffee instead of chloroquine. Right? Therefore, as a professional, he was teaching me. Therefore, as a professional, it is necessary that you speak sweet, polite, truth without any hope or fear. And on this basis, they have built the entire accounts and they have practiced. They have called spade as a spade. If any customer don't want, don't take, but we will not compromise with the quality. And that is the value system built these accounts this big. So I thought, let me share this, his learning, which is being said by a most learned person of my organization. Namaskar. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing his view. Please convey our regards to sir. And so thank you so much for sharing this same views. And we'll try and imbibe into our learnings and day-to-day practices as well. It's worth learning and implementing it. Thank you so much for the enlightening session and giving and hope that CDMO is going to be here and many companies can tie up and build up their organizations. And I think that is like, fitting into the, what you call it. If that is not, I don't have that capacity, I can go to Akums and then have that big facility back up to me. So that is the message I'm getting. And thank you, RP sir, for your session of sharing with us your the challenges and how the transformation has happened and how you're keeping the system abreast to meet the new challenges and take the things forward. Thank you so much. over to Hitesh for the few questions.
Thank you very
The
much,
audience, I believe,
Sarpan.
has
Thank you very
posed.
much, and RP sir, thank you very much. Sorry, OP sir, thank you very much for this last thing. I also had, privilege of meeting Mr. DC Jain twice. Once very short in IFAX Hyderabad, and I am a member of an organization from India called Pharma Ratan. Pharma Ratan is an organization which is working for the betterment of pharmaceuticals in different ways. So DC Jain Saab is a mentor of that organization. So in 2019, I met him on a particular session in Pharma Ratan. Okay, now coming to the questions, we have one viewer who is at Peru, and in Peru right now it is 2:30 a.m. Okay, so he is watching us at 2:30 a.m. His name is Mr. Umesh Pratap Singh, and he is asking a question to Mr. RP Singh that how come you can minimize cost in branded generic and generic? It is in fact both of you. How come you can minimize cost in branded generic and generic production following CGMP? Because we know when we go to CGMP or GMP, the cost is always higher. Manufacturing procedure do not change by changing name of generic and branded generic. I don't know if I can convey the question rightly or not. RP Singh sir?
See, sir, I agree with your question, and it's really, if you want to go the regulated plant, the cost is going up. But as I told you that if you make the product and your process capability is perfect, then you can avoid some testing parameter in between, so that from direct to go to finished good, we can do the analysis that way. That way, number one. Number two, if you maintain the batch, because sometimes batch failure, if you avoid the batch failure, by that way also you yield. If you 1% yield also increase, that also you have to take care of the cost. So there is a many methods, process, how you involve in that, so that you can have the cost benefit in that way, reduce the cost of the product.
Okay. However, my personal thought process is one: if
OP
you have
sir,
to give
if
a
you
good
want to
quality,
say, add something.
I will add before OP sir. I will add before OP sir. What my experience as a manufacturer, which I have been doing since last 6 years, if you have to give a quality, then you can't compromise on cost. सस्ती चीज अच्छी नहीं होगी, महंगी चीजें अच्छी होगी, ये मेरा अंडरस्टैंडिंग है. फार्मा को लेके या किसी भी लेके, you can reduce a bit of cost, whatever you are telling, but अगर मुझे अच्छा कपड़ा पहनना है तो अच्छा मटेरियल लेना पड़ेगा, अच्छा टेलर यूज करना पड़ेगा, उसका कॉस्ट ज्यादा ही होगा. So if as a marketer or an entrepreneur, I wanted to give a good product, I should look on the quality, and there I cannot look on cost. That is what my personal experience is. Over to Mr. OP sir.
See, the question is very clear, that how to minimize the cost. That's a question. So basically, if a baby has to take a birth 9 months, you have to give. No compromise on it. Sorry. So what he is trying to say, you minimize your profit part actually. Don't compromise on quality part actually. You have to minimize on your profit part, because cost to jitna hona hai, quality ka aur hoga. You can't change until unless there is a breakthrough process improvement, which RP Singh sir can talk. If there is some process improvement, if there is some improvement into my API cost, then only I can reduce cost. Otherwise, you cannot compromise cost at the cost of quality. Not possible. So it's a question of what margin you keep while selling your product. That can really help you to make it cheaper matlab economical, or you can say costlier. So I think this is what I personally feel, that to offer generic product, you minimize your profit, but don't compromise on your quality. And that is what Akum's philosophy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. There is another question from our regular viewer and must be an ex-colleague of Mr. UP Singh, Mr. Arumugam Arasan. He is asking to both of you, excellent presentation. He is appreciating both of you. How reliable about doing drug discovery and development through outsourcing, since it is very secret, patent and trips and companies heavy investment. So he's basically asking that CRO thing about drug discovery, development, outsourcing. How reliable is this process? Any of you can take the question, sir.
I will try. See, it's a very generic question. It is not a technical question.
Right,
so,
right.
Reliability comes out of your background, your past history. So if you are having a partnering with someone, and if the processes are being followed, which is what the audit part RP Singh Saab was talking about, that every steps followed in manufacturing is being recorded. And now we are going for automation. It's going to be electronically recorded. Now, under this scenario, there's no room for any kind of deviation because result is going to be seen as per the data. So I think one has to believe that. There's no point that you should not believe. I have answered.
Right. Hitesh, you have to add anything in here? Yeah, please.
Yeah,
welcome.
See, Hitesh, suppose this is because right now what officer told that a lot of opportunity in that way people are doing research and doing they are giving the dossier to the other company. So when product transfer from that business module to your shop floor on the factory module, at that time when you produce that a TTD department, when you made the batch, we're not directly not going to the commercial. First you make the batch, small batch, call the small batch, then take the result. If everything going, then slowly it will go to the commercial. First we validation batch, all process parameter perfect, all validation quality is there. Then we'll go to the stability is there. We take 6 months data stability. Then we everything perfect. Then we go for the commercial.
Right. So in between, thank you very much. Right. OP Singh sir, this question would be more for you because now we have many people who are into pharma sales and marketing, and then they start their own business of marketing. Then they generally get manufactured product from a third party. So this question is from Mr. Guddu Kumar Jha, who is asking, sir, as a small pharma company, we always find difficult to connect with good manufacturing company. As most of the company we work with are small and they fail to provide the quality medicine at lower order.
Yeah. So what is his expectation? Accounts is ready to serve him. Accounts is ready to serve him. No problem.
No. This is the question which I keep hearing from many of my friends in India who are into, I'm a medical rep, I'm an area manager, or I'm a regional manager. Then I started my own company, maybe in Meerut area, in Lucknow area, or in Ahmedabad area. So my best site would be smaller. My requirement would be smaller. And with that kind of thing, if I go to a company like Akums may not able to accommodate me. That is what his question is in general.
Sir, Hitesh sir, I just tell you, in fact, what I have understood this organization in the last 2 months, that our dream is to make world largest manufacturing hub.
Right, sir.
So every customer we welcome. Every customer we welcome. And it's a message through this platform. We are looking forward to partnering with everyone who has got right attitude to grow. Right attitude to grow with honesty, sincerity, and some kind of educational background into the business. So naturally, we are going to help them to grow for sure. And naturally, I have got now soft corner for all those salespeople. I love to help them to become entrepreneurs.
Great. Sir, one more question from Mr. Chidambaram Raju. He's asking, is there any way to find out best manufacturers in India any website or any standardization organization.
I didn't get it. What exactly it is?
He's asking, is there any way he can know which are the best manufacturers in India? Whether there is any website or any standardization from government from where he can get who are the good manufacturers in India.
I think, see, the point is that those are the big companies. They have got their in-house facilities.
Right.
Because even Acombs is only catering 13% to the Indian formulation market. We are not 100%.
Correct.
Right? Like if there is a Sun, Zydus, Cadila, Lupin, most of the companies, they have their own plant and they're trying to maintain those quality depending upon their requirement, different countries. But outside, I think the person should look for company like Acombs, or if there are many more, who has large volume and catering to large number of companies. Because see, आपने ना एक बहुत अच्छी बात कही कि 55 कंट्री में मेरी ऑडिट हो चुकी है. सर, in a company who manufacturing for themselves, in a year उनकी ऑडिट 3 या 4 होती है और मेरे कंपनी में हर वीक में 3-4 ऑडिट होती है. You know why? All these manufacturers, 600 people, whenever they are coming new product, there is an audit by their team. Every week in my factory, there is 5 to 6 audits every week. Imagine.
Agreed. Understood.
So basically, it is like that. At मेरे घर पे अगर आज किसी को आना है, तो मैं थोड़ा बेडरूम को सही करूंगा, ड्राइंग रूम को सही करूंगा, सजा के रखूंगा. मैं रोज सजा के रखता हूँ अपनी फैक्ट्री.
Right.
So he or
Understood.
she think of joining the hand of such companies who are underpassing this kind of audit process. The largest number of clients means you are ready to cater and serve in time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I understood well. There is a question from Mr. Nasiruddin Chishti, which I would reply rather. He's asking, what is the minimum order quantity MOQ for Acombs? Mr. Chishti, MOQ will always be different for different product. So there would not be any particular MOQ for, means Mr. Singh can't give a number MOQ for amoxicillin and ranitidine and ramipril and means there will be different MOQ for different product. So when you get into the business with Acombs, I think Mr. Manish Mehrotra, who is their business development manager for India, he can put his email ID or something in the group, and you can get in touch with the business development people of Acombs, and then they will able to give you the detailed idea.
Sir, I'll stop you here. We have 80 business development people for catering this country. 80.
Oh my God. Okay, I know Mr. Manish only. Right. Great. One more question from Nilanjan, Mr. Nilanjan. Questions are coming so much. The ever increasing prices of API impact the PLN of branded generic. Is there any way CDMO can reduce this impact?
No.
Perfect. So thank you very much, Mr. Singh, Mr. OP Singh, Mr. RP Singh, for your questions. Over to Mr. Yashwant Misra. If there are more questions from YouTube, over to Mr. Yashwant Misra.
Thank you very much, sir. Thoroughly enjoyed. A lot of enriching experience we got. Most of the questions are already being covered during the discussion. Very comprehensive discussion, and we really enjoyed. We never know. We are here sticking to the digital virtual learning for more than 2 hours. It is 1.15 now. So we are really we are grateful and humbled to have speakers like OP Singh sir, RP Singh sir, and sharing their thoughts. Thank you very much, sir. No more questions. Just a token of recognition for all the active participants who have been appreciating a lot. Anil Trikha sir has given a lot of comment. Thank you very much, Anil Trikha sir, for joining. Gulab Singh, thank you very much. Surinder Kapoor, thank you very much for appreciation. Mr. Pinoy SA is watching from Philippines, and he is appreciated Mr. RP Singh's session. Mr. Pinoy, thank you very much. Sandeep Day sir have appreciated OP Singh's session. Thank you very much, Sandeep Day. Nilanjan Nag, very active. Ajay Sinha, thank you very much. Vipin Dikshit, Sunil Yadav, Subramanyam Dandapani, thank you very much. Anandrao, Sushil Bujkul, thank you very much. Neeraj Saxena and Anil Trikha sir. We really thoroughly enjoyed. Thank you very much all the active participants for your continuous engagement and active participation. Thoroughly enjoyed. Over to Arpan for closing remarks.
Thank you so much, Yashwant sir. In fact, we got all the insights that we need to know about manufacturing, first from RP sir and then from OP sir. In fact, OP sir has been a trailblazer in whatever he has done. In fact, from sales and marketing, he made a dive into manufacturing, and that itself is a blue ocean. And he has never hesitated in diving into blue oceans, and that's what his aura is all about. So it is always said that whenever we are faced with a challenge, the best part of us come out. And as usual, I want to share a 2-minute story which will say how challenges get the best out of us. There was a king who had many elephants, but he was very fond of one of them, because that elephant was very special, because for any battle that he took that elephant, it never came back till the king was victorious. And that was the speciality of that elephant. It took part in many battles, and every time it went, it always defeated the enemies. But as time would have it, the elephant was growing old. And the king was so fond of it that he thought that, no, let me not take this elephant in the battle. Let it not be any more a part of a battle. Let it take rest. But he loved the elephant very much. So one day the elephant went to have a bath in a lake. And as it entered the lake, his legs got stuck in the mud, which was under the lake. The elephant was making lots of effort to come out from that mud, but it was not able to do so. The news reached the king that his favorite elephant's leg had got stuck in the mud. He immediately rushed there, and so did his people. Many of them tried their efforts to rescue the elephant, but in vain, because the elephant was the biggest animal, as OP sir said in his deliberation, and it was not easy to bring the elephant out of the mud. Now, one of the old ministers was passing by, and he saw this entire thing happening. Suddenly, an idea came to him. He told the king, "Sir, please bring your war drums, the battle drums, and beat them." The king didn't understand much, but as the minister had told this, he immediately asked his battle drums to come. And the moment the battle drums started playing, there was an absolute change, a sea change in the attitude of the elephant. It was a different elephant altogether. The moment the battle drums started playing, he got out of that mud very slowly, but with all the efforts, he was a completely different animal. He rose out from the mud and came out of the lake. Well, there wasn't a lack of any physical ability in the elephant. There was just the need to infuse enthusiasm within the elephant. So the worst times bring out the best in us, and bringing out the best means leading from within. Well, with so many employees nowadays experiencing disappointment, loss of job, and uncertainty in their career, it's time we ignite the leader within all of us to lead from the front. And when we lead from the front, we allow our heart to guide us and our actions to serve humanity. So let us show love, let us show compassion, let us show that we really care. And that is because we are all passing through a challenge, and caring and sharing has always been the mantra of LPC. So now we have come to the end of such an engaging session. The wonderful articulations of both our speakers and the anecdotes that they shared have made this session so very engaging. In fact, it is also time that I thank our session support partner, Stream Communication, represented by Mr. Rahul Jain, for constantly supporting us in our endeavor. Friends, we are all passing through a bit of troubled times because of COVID. So we need to exercise COVID appropriate behavior of sanitization, mask, and social distancing. And I'm sure following all these, we are soon to become victorious in the fight against COVID. So a big thank you to OP Singh sir, to RP Singh sir, to Hitesh sir, to Satwant ma'am, and to Yashwant sir for such wonderful participation. And this is Arpan Kumar Paul once again signing off for today's LPC 92 with an assurance that next week we are once again going to come before you with a new set of speakers, a new set of topic, and a new set of learning. So thank you so much. And once again, it was very happy connecting with all of you. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you so much. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless everyone.